Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again for the very first time to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host Danjo here with part 79 of Sekiro, the complete series. Hope you guys are all doing well today. And on today's episode, we are rocking this fresh new look because this is the new skin that we got for finishing the Shura Gauntlet. And I gotta say, it like I talked about this in the last episode, but like it looks really cool. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if it's supposed to be like Sculptor when he was younger or like post Shura ending Wolf, maybe? I really don't know. Like, it seems like those are the only two Shura that have existed in this world, but it's yeah, it's up to interpretation, I guess. Memory of Shura told via Ashina folk song, Fields of Bodies, Mountains of Dead, Days Ringing, Country Blood, Fire God, Demon Wolf, and Red. I mean, it refers to him as Demon Wolf. It also says like memory via folk song. But if I don't know, like Sculptor is referred to as orangutan, so this is probably the post Shura ending wolf, I'm guessing. Which, I mean, we could see like the start of the transformation, like during the cutscene for the Shura ending, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so today we are starting the Severance Gauntlet of Strength because we did Divine Air and we did Shura, which took a long time. And as I mentioned previously, there was in the last episode, I mentioned there was like about 10 hours of content that was like cut in the process of like getting this down. So yeah, this inevitably this episode is coming out late. I do apologize. It's just trying to get these out on schedule has been a bit of a challenge. Plus, I've been dealing like with my own stuff, and like past like week has been pretty tough. And yesterday I was pretty much out of commission like all day, just because like my neck was pretty bad. I couldn't really move too well, and but yeah, I got lots of sleep, did some stretches, and doing a bit better. So, and yeah, I did once again change like some settings around, so like hopefully it looks a little bit better, because like there was an issue with can't remember which one it was. Look ahead, I think, or something. Anyway, I'm still like fine tuning a few things, and I know it's like been slowly getting better, but like I've also been like trying to fine-tune stuff for both like recordings and streams recently, and like that's been challenging, trying to like improve the quality every time and like figuring out, oh hey, this wasn't quite right, this didn't look good, this wasn't whatever. It's a different set of challenges now, recording on different hardware, so getting used to it and like again trying to make sure trying to improve the viewer experience for you guys. So anyhow, and yeah, I'm not, this hardware is like more than capable. So yeah, hopefully once I get it down pat, like I won't be having to change things substantially, like super often. And then, you know, once hardware is more easily, more understood and what it can do, which is kind of like optimal, basically. Then, yeah, then I can just like sit down, press a button, and then start going, you know? Which was the nice part about my last computer, because like knowing I spent a number of years fine tuning that machine and like getting the most out of its chipset, and definitely for the last like 2 or 3 years, it wasn't, it was very understood. Like I was very much used to it. I was like, I knew what it could do. I knew like its quirks, its ins and outs, its idiosyncrasies. And you know, so it was easier to be productive. And then yeah, the only thing that was left at a certain point was to figure out if we could sidestep some of those limitations. But yeah, it was easier in a sense because it was definitely not new. So yeah, I'm just going through the adjustment period basically, and having more resources at my disposal as far as the chipset goes. It's been nice, but it's also been kind of overwhelming. So I said it before, I don't think this one's going to be that tough. It is a bit more, because like the original one was only 3 battles, and then Shura was 4, with like some real heavy hitters, like bosses that people have problems with, like the end of the Shura ending with Ishin and like Demon of Hatred, and then the ultimate, like Inner Father, like that is rough. This one has 5, which sounds daunting, but I don't think any of these bosses are that bad. Like, I'm assuming this is the Genichiro at the end of the regular ending. So I'm assuming the Severance one is probably going to be a new version of Ishin, probably, since like the one before it is Genichiro. And like, that seems the most likely, to be real. And like, I think they threw True Monk in there because like, this is kind of the real version of the other monk fight, like before you get the Shelter Stone. That's like before you get the Lotus. This is like after you decide to stay loyal to Kuro. And then like the end. So yeah, I'm assuming this is a newer, probably inner Ishin, I guess. Probably what they're gonna call it. But Yeah, most of these I don't think are going to be very tough. Because, like, in my opinion, this is, like, the easiest version of Genichiro. And, like, True Monk isn't that difficult. If you know the way to, you know, the thing about basically skipping the second phase. And, yeah, I think this is just the standard fight with Owl. Sorry, my stomach's been, like, not happy with me, which is why I'm, like, just had, like, because I was in bed pretty much all day, so, like, yeah. My breakfast was, I just had a while ago, was, like, the first thing I've eaten in, like, almost 24, about 20 hours. So I was very hungry, and, just trying to settle my stomach now. So, carbonated drink and some water. Stuff like that. And it should be back to normal. But anyway, so I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a try. I'm gonna see if we can get to the 5th one on the first attempt here. I'm guessing probably not. I'll probably need a little bit of a refresher. Yeah, this is a 3rd playthrough, charmless. So things are going to be a little bit more difficult. And usual Guardian Ape stuff, so the model purple gourd, standard healing stuff. I don't think I'm going to use Ungo sugar. But these guys are going to be hitting hard, so can't think of another thing. When we did we end up using? No, we still have the sweet rice ball. Okay, good. Might end up using that at some point, but yeah, my usual strat here is still going to be usual. Pretty much Mortal Draw, but I re-equipped the other Shinobi tools. I don't think I'm going to be using the axe or the spear, if I'm not mistaken. Not for this fight. Sometimes they use shuriken on this fight, but not typically. Man, it feels good to be back in this. Fuck. That's a big odachi. No, you don't have to do the fake out. Come on, man. Left. There we go. Yeah, killed the bug. Got him. Again, not that hard of a fight. Like, it takes longer to bait out those whiff openings, but it's a lot safer and more consistent. So Owl, like, this version of Owl is a cakewalk. I'm assuming it's exactly the same. Gotta finish this up real quick.
Enough.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. Okay. Pretty sure I'm not gonna need any of these.
Been a while since we did this. Give me your all.
Come on. Let me, bro. Shit.
One. The parent is absolute. Their will must be obeyed. Yet, I'm sensing some insubordination.
The fuck?
Wait! It warms my heart to see how you've grown. master is absolute.
Son of a bitch.
You taught me well.
That's my boy.
Oh yeah, I was using Ichimonji for the first part. Well, I remember. Saving spirit emblems for the second part. Okay, so that was not great. And the thing I forgot about Ichimoji is it does trigger guarding state in the monk for most hits unless it's already started certain attack animations. So yeah. It's been a little bit since I've actually fought True Monk, so definitely one of those fights where you have to learn the attacks a little bit. As is true with most of these, but let me actually just do True Monk. Because that did not go the way I remember. Also, we might want to stick with regular attacks for the first part. Ichimoji's fine. Let me actually figure out, because like the cooldown on it just takes a while. yeah, that's pretty much how I remember it. Like, I guess just like stay aggressive and do the simple dodges. Each emoji in the first part. Skip the second part with the aerial death blow, and then third part, yeah, mortal draw on the big openings, and sometimes it'll not be as much. The cooldown on the monk's attacks are definitely like shorter in the final stage, but like sometimes we'll get like one hit in. Doesn't really matter. For a lot of the sweep attacks, you can just like jump. But yeah, it doesn't really take a hit stun on the final stage, so kind of forgot about that. But yeah, not typically a fight I have an issue with. But yeah, we're still at 162. Okay. Oh wait, are we still at 7? We're still at 7 Ungo sugars. Okay. Interesting. I guess like consumable stuff during the gauntlets are not actually consumed. So I guess we could use a sweet rice ball if like it's not gonna get anything in between. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna do it for today, guys. I just wanted to do a little bit of practice for the upcoming gauntlet. Next couple of episodes will almost definitely be the gauntlet. Next episode might be a little bit longer because I'm hoping to actually get to the end of the gauntlet. Not like the end, but at least get to the final boss, which is inevitably going to be a boss we've seen before, but with like new moves and stuff like that, probably. And yeah. I think that's going to do it for today. So, but yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Of course, before we get going, it is time once again for the outro. The oh, and in between episodes, I might do a little bit of practice on the gauntlet, by the way. But yeah. Of course, before we get going, very special thank you going out to the current Arts and Crap Show members, the amazing people who help make it possible: Novalis Triconos, Aaron Schick, and 97 Johnny Boy. Thank you so much for choosing to support the show Ben more directly via channel membership. It vastly helps out. Very much appreciate it. And it is very much optional, so you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits, check out that join button down below. There's also a link in the description, talks about becoming a channel member in case there's no join button for you. But yeah, membership tiers. Before we talk about membership tiers, quick little word on YouTube handles. That is Y97JohnnyBoy is an @ symbol in front of the screen name there. That is a handle. They're unique identifiers on YouTube that help with a number of things, namely navigation. And he has a channel of his own. It's great stuff. Highly recommend it, which you can easily go check out just by going to youtube.com/@97JohnnyBoy, and it'll take you straight there because handles make URLs a lot shorter. You can also punch a handle into YouTube search. It will narrow down your results significantly, and since handles are 100% unique, it's another way to double check and make sure you're in the right place. But membership tiers, they start at $3 a month here on the channel. Works out to roughly 10 cents a day, gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote on the series that get made here on the channel via the Members' Choice polls. It's a thing we do once a month for a full 7 days over on the membership tab, and that is how all of the series get decided. So, and also for May 2025, since May is the anniversary month for the channel, we're going to have a bonus Members' Choice poll. They're both going to be starting on the 24th of May, which is the beginning of the final week of the month, as well as the actual anniversary for the channel. So, yeah, we'll be running 2 members' choice polls concurrently, and hopefully also doing a little celebration stream kind of a thing. But either on the Saturday, the 24th is a Saturday, so either on the Saturday or the day after, which technically after midnight Saturday is Sunday, so anyway, this is, however, an approximation of future announcements from the past, so if you want all the announcements as they happen and the bell doesn't work for you, I get it, the bell does not work for me either, but there are 4 other ways you can stay up to date. Have the community, no, the posts tab here on the channel, used to be called the community tab. The Farts and Crap Show Twitter, the Bluesky, and the Discord. I always post on all 4 whenever there's an announcement, so regardless of which one of those works for you, you can stay up to date. And links for those are down in the description, also on the channel banner. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now, so thank you all once again for being here, guys. Till next time, take care, and I hope you all have an amazing day.